Hello guys, once again welcome to Sementia Farms, and today I'm going to tell you why I think that goat farming is better than any livestock. And this is coming from a guy who has done a lot of research and also have a lot of different livestock here at Sementia Farm. So stay tuned. Before we go into details, I want to say a big thank you to all of you that have been supporting this channel, commenting, liking, sharing with other people, and also interacting with me one-on-one as well. Thank you so much. If you guys are not there, I am not here. So I want to say a big thank you and acknowledge all of you for making the Sementia Farm what it is today. And if today is the first time that you are watching any video from me here at Sementia Farm, I basically talk about innovative way of farming and also share my mistakes and success with you, so that when someday you decide to go into farming, you have the right information at your fingertips that you'll be able to use to improve your farm and not repeat the same mistake that I have been repeating over the years, and hence the beginning of this channel. So if this is something that you would like to hear more of, go ahead and smash the subscription button below, and don't forget to also hit the notification bell so that anytime I release any video about farming in Africa, you will be notified and can come and enjoy yourself. So let's dive right into it. I am actually here at my goat pen. So guys, forgive me if they start making noise, but I thought to do this video here. You know, why not? You know, be here whilst I was feeding them and do this video and show you guys, and let us actually have a, you know, this dialogue. So let me know, before we go into details, what kind of farming are you doing? Are you into farming? Have you started? If you haven't started, let me know. Fred, I'm into farming. Or Fred, I've not started my project yet, but I'm thinking about goat farming, sheep farming, livestock, any livestock farming, even crop farming. Let me know what you guys are up to, right? And if you're already a farmer, let me know what kind of farming that you're doing. Are you doing goats, sheep, cows, whatever farm that you're doing? Please write in the comment below, because I would like to know who I'm talking to and to have this conversation with you guys. So thank you very much for doing exactly that. And if you haven't done that, please do that. It doesn't cost you anything. And then the most important thing, don't forget to also hit the like button if you like this video, because it really tells YouTube that this video is liked by a lot of people, and then YouTube can also push it out there. So why do I think that goat farming is the best out of all the livestock farming? So if we talk about livestock farming, I mean, we can talk about all of it, like, you know, the goats, the sheep, the cattle, the livestock. I can try and compare them, but I think today I don't want to compare them. I want to focus on goats and tell you why I think that goat is the best, after doing several of them and doing a lot of detailed research, right? So basically, I have two types of goats. So I have the Boer goats, as you can see behind me, and then I have the local breed as well. Just crossing both of them for adaptability's sake and also just for scale, right? And the truth of the matter is that the Boer goats are very expensive. I imported them from South Africa, and not everybody can get their hands on some. So what I'm trying to do is to cross them with the local ones, you know, and at the same time with some Boer goats as well, so that the price can come down for anybody in Ghana, in Africa, you know, closer to me, that wants to have some of this good breed. Because that Boer goat you see there is a very, very good looking breed. The look alone is not the reason why I think that they are the best. The number one important thing to me is feeding. And you guys know how much I am an advocate for intensive system of farming. As you can see, we had a poultry pen here that we haven't started using for poultry, and that's where I'm keeping my goats. We just built a new goat pen for them, so sooner I'm gonna move them there. I'm expecting another about 20 Boer goats, maybe by the end of this month. So once they come, I'm going to move all of them to their pen. But for now, you can see they are in my chicken pen, which is about 50 by 50 feet. That's what they are temporarily in. And they don't go out because we feed them right here from the brachiaria grass. And you guys know about the brachiaria grass. So if you need some, contact the WhatsApp number below and you'll get in touch with somebody that can sort you out. But that's not what I'm talking about today. Today I'm talking about why I think goats are the best out of all the livestock that are available, right? And I was talking about the food because, guys, intensive farming is the way to go. If you're a serious farmer and you really want to do serious farming, serious livestock farming, then you need to start thinking about intensive farming. And that's why I'm always pushing this grass, because I know having that source of food, you'll be able to feed them intensively without them roaming around on our street and destroying people's things. But I said feeding because, not just because they eat this grass, but because it is so easy to feed goats. This is coming from somebody who owns cattle, and I have, a lot of cattle. But trying to even feed 10 cows, guys, will take you acres and hectares of land. Trying to feed 50 goats will probably take you about just 5 acres, right? This year, my focus is actually to grow brachiaria grass on 100 acres of land, not only for the cattle, but mostly focusing on the goat farming, because now I'm moving more my attention towards goat farming because they are easy to be fed. Last year, I saved a lot of hay for the cows, hoping that it will run them through the dry season. But unfortunately, it didn't even last them for, 3 months. So I'm back into trying to hustle to get food for them. But goats do not eat a lot, as you all know, right? So with even a small land, and I know most of you that are starting don't have that big land to be able to grow a lot of forage. And therefore, choosing goats, you are not so stressed about food. And even with your 2 acres, you can have grass and be able to feed them at all time. Because if you don't have food, you can start livestock, and that is as easy as that. Don't think you're gonna start livestock and let them roam around. That kind of behavior is unacceptable and it's archaic, and we are not promoting that. So if you're thinking about starting livestock, you need to prepare your food. And if you're thinking about poultry, then you need to know that you need your maize, you need your wheat brown, you need your soya beans. You need to have the capital to invest into that, right? If you're talking about sheep, of course, you also need to get your grass. If you're talking about goat, you need to have either your alfalfa or your brachiaria or any sort of grass that you need to feed them. So feed component is what we are looking at. And after, being in poultry, being in cattle, being in so on and so forth, I think that goats are the most economical way to feed them because they don't eat much. And that is my number 1 important. And then number 2 is the easy or quick return on investment for you, right? So if you have goats and they are fully matured and you're breeding them, basically you can have them at least breeding twice in a year, right? A cow breeds only 1 in a year, right? Poultry, yeah, you will have to sell the eggs and so on. But goats, with all the benefit we've already talked about, they also breed twice a year, and they mostly give birth to 2, right? Cows give birth to 1 once a year. If you feed your goats well, you probably could breed them, 3 times in a year. And that's what mostly I do, or focusing on here, to at least get 3 times pregnancy in a year. That means that each female goat is giving me what? 6. It's giving me 6 little ones every year, right? So the multiplication of that money is higher than having a cow, considering all the economic factors as well. Even though you cannot sell them as expensive as a cow, you also didn't buy them as expensive as a cow. And if you have good breeds like what I have behind me here, then you're closer to selling them as even a cow, right? So guys, that is my number 2 reason why I think goats are the best livestock to actually invest in. I think the 3rd most important thing to me is also the demand. I don't know about where you're watching me from or the country that you're in, but in Ghana, everybody eats goats. I know pork is not a meat that everybody eats, and when I say pork, I'm referring to meat from pig. But goats is something that everybody in Ghana enjoys. And if you have 100 goats now and you're selling them just for food, you will get people to buy. All the chow bars, restaurants, hotels, they are all in dire need of goats. And no one is really looking at it at that large scale to be able to supply them. So there is a lot of potential sitting down there waiting to be tapped. And therefore, if you're interested in goat farming, this is a huge opportunity for you to start preparing your feed and start to scale. Because if you're going to do one, you're not really going to see the impact. But if you have food and you're not limited by the number of goats that you can have, I promise you that there is ready market always waiting for you. And that's one thing that I know about goats. Cows are the same in this contest. There is a huge demand for cows, again, because of our inability to scale, right? So there's always demand for cow. But I don't think cow meats are purchased as much as goats because of the size. How many people will be able to purchase a full cow unless you're taking it to the butcher shop, right? But a goat, even a household, small mini bars, small restaurants, small hotels, they all purchase it, right? So the demand is huge. And I know every farmer, aside the passion, is also looking for return on their investment. And therefore, I think it's a good business to invest in and a good livestock to start. And the fourth thing, which is the last thing, is basically their smell. I love goat smell. I know when I was a kid, I loved to go to the chow bar just for goat meat and goat soup. No, I'm kidding. That is not the fourth thing, but that is true. I do like the smell of goat. I can't even remember the last time I ate sheep, but I know the last time I ate goat, and I love goat meat. So that is a plus for me to have a goat farm, but that is it. No, that's not what I'm talking about today. The fourth thing is their size and the kind of pen that you need. It is very different building a pen for goats versus building a ranch for a cow, right? So that is a huge advantage. If you're on a budget, you can literally have 2 goats in a very small shed and still be able to do it. If you want to start small, you can literally have a small, backyard pen, and you can basically rear your goats there without having to build anything big or invest in a big land or structure. So that also comes at a very minimal cost, right? So your initial capital for starting a goat farm is very, very small, and that is another advantage in having a goat farm. And I think most of you would like to do something, but because of the capital, it's hindering you. Goat farm is a very minimal investment required business for you, right? And as you guys can see, I'm making use of my existing structure. So I have not really invested much into this goat farm, but some of them are already pregnant and almost about delivery, right? So I'm already gonna make money without any investment. The last thing I also talk about is also cost like diseases and death. I think since I started a cattle business, I've seen more death than I've even witnessed in a goat. I think we've only lost 1 goat ever since we started, right? And that was because our boer goat actually tried to cross it and unfortunately couldn't survive this huge guy here. So that is the only reason why we lost a goat, right? So these factors combined together, I have made the decision that the goat farming business is the best livestock that I am going to invest in 2022 going 2023, and I hope it is for you too. And I hope I was much more convincing for you guys to go back into it or to start it if you have not started yet. I think it's a very lucrative business, and once you do your calculation well and you have proper management, you will definitely succeed. But I know that in Ghana we are limited with the number of breeds that we have. Now we are introducing the boer goat, so I'm sure in the next 3-4 years we're gonna have boer goat flooding Ghana. But I know in Kenya and in Uganda they are way ahead of us, in terms of different types of breed. The local ones, I mean, they are adaptable, but they are too small. And I think that it's time that we blend them and have some good breed in the market. So guys, this is what time will permit me to bring to you. If you guys want to talk to me one-on-one, go into the description below, click on it. There is a link there. Click on that link. It will lead you to a page where you can schedule a one-on-one meeting with me and we can have a chat. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will come your way again with another video. Thank you.